It is 1:30 p.m., January 1st, 2023, and I just got out of the shower. I really like the idea of vlogging. I don't like that word, but I guess that's what this is. Just like a reflection video for my future self. I like the idea of a time capsule, something I can go back to remember where I was in that moment. 2022 was a mixed bag, to say the least. I feel like it's been a while since I've had a year with so many highs and lows. I got much healthier physically and much worse mentally, unfortunately. I started my skincare routine back up again, even if you can't tell right now because I'm a little broken out. I lost like 50 pounds, which is insane. I got my teeth pulled. I started eating better. I took a lot better care of myself physically, although between the mental health and the holidays, that has since regressed just a little bit. I did a lot of things I never thought I could do. Well, I wouldn't say I conquered certain fears, but we'll say that. I conquered some fears. I've started this thing where I've started setting some goals in 6-month periods. So January to June will be one set of check boxes, and July to December will be a separate section of goals. So when I first started, I didn't meet a lot of them. I think they were just some very basic things. I think I had a weight goal, which I didn't meet at the time. I had a goal of passing all my classes, which I'm pretty sure I met. And then I wanted to submit at least one piece into Night of the Arts, which I didn't do. I actually had a much better first half of the year, but I didn't really meet my goals. The second half of the year was rough, but I actually did a lot of the things I set out to do. July through December, I made it my goal to pass my summer class, which I did. I probably made it a goal to pass all my fall classes, I think with A's and B's, which I did. I had a weight goal, which I made and crushed. I think I made it a goal to be done or mostly done with my internship, which I did not. I am not even close to being there. That was really the only one that I didn't make. I did a journal, which I really want to keep up with. The last few weeks have been insane, so I'm pretty behind on journaling, but I would like to keep that at least until May or June. I think for 2023's first 6 months, I would like to submit at least one piece of art into Night of the Arts, get back into strength training or really just any physical exercise, keep up with journaling because there's going to be a lot of significant stuff coming up. I want to make more, specifically video-wise. I want to make more and post more. I have all these ideas all the time and I just never do anything with them. Some of it has to do with my lack of free time, but some of it has to do with my own self-doubt, I guess, perfectionism holding me back. I finally took some Enneagram quizzes after, 4 or 5 years of not really feeling like taking the time to, fill out the questions. I mean, I am kind of all over the board, but I think what most of the tests kind of got me down to was like 5 and 4. 5 being curious and innovative and thoughtful, 4 being like really in tune with your emotions, artistic, yada yada yada. I actually got Sleeping at Last's Enneagram album on vinyl for Christmas, so I've been looking into that a bit. I don't know what this is. I guess it's just a thought diary. There's too much to put on paper. I'm kind of hoping I can do this again in the coming years, just so that I can go back to this and be like, wow, I remember that. That version of Megan was so sad. I always like the idea of like writing to your future self or like talking to your future self. I remember I wrote, when I was 15, I wrote a physical letter to my 18-year-old self, and I wasn't allowed to open it until at least 3 years later from that date. So that was really cool. And I just detailed the things that were going on in my life at that time and what I wondered about in the future. So I would like to do that again sometime. Okay, highlights of 2022. January, where Vanessa and I went to her family cabin, and that was fun. We played in the snow and had a good time. But I remember we both got really sick. Actually, our entire apartment got really sick right as the new semester started. February, our friend Ashley got into Night of the Arts. That was cool. March, probably the most significant thing was I got to see Dodie in concert. Salt Lake City, that was sort of my birthday present to myself. She was on tour and it was within driving distance, and my mom basically volunteered to drive us, which was awesome. So I had my mom, Lindsay, Vanessa, and me. It was just this little weekend girls trip that was so fun and so cool, and I hope to have more experiences like that. March is also my birthday month, so I got to do some fun stuff with friends. My friends took me out for dinner. We had Panda Express at my parents' house. April mostly had to do with Sense and Sensibility. I was in our spring play, and that was so awesome. I really want to do more stuff in theater because that was just quite the experience. May was traveling. May, I was all over the place. I spent the majority of it in Columbus, Ohio. I was in Seattle for a wedding. I spent Memorial Day weekend in a mega cabin up in Donnelly, Idaho, with family. June is when I started my weight loss program, and also got my teeth pulled. Oh, and I, the very end of June, got hired at Boba Stop. Enjoy it for the most part. July, well, I guess I should mention that I had Vanessa as my roommate living with me in my parents' house. So that was quite the adventure. It was Vanessa's birthday and we went to Roaring Springs. Or we also had like a family birthday party. Oh, we spent 4th of July with her family. That was fun. August, we had our camping trip at the Buttercup camping ground, which was so fun. I wish it could have lasted longer. It was my family of 5 plus Vanessa. Pretty quickly after we came back, Vanessa and I moved into this apartment. And we also got Ollie, a golden retriever, to take care of for a couple weeks. That was also insane. School started, things were chaotic, but we had high hopes. And then everything went downhill from there. I guess this is no longer highlights. I guess this is really just me going over my year and the moments that stood out to me. Mid-September is kind of, I feel like, when everything went downhill. All 3 of my grandparents have really taken a hit lately. We decided to move my grandma to a assisted living facility, and that was really stressful for everyone, especially my mom and my immediate family. But we had some other family from out of town come down to help, which was nice. I'm not really sure what happened. Both Vanessa and I's mental health really plummeted that fall. I probably won't go into specifics, but yeah, this last couple of months have been a blur, and not in a good way. Our friend Maggie, her dad passed away, so that was really hard for her and her family. Lindsay's moving out soon. The thought of it really makes me sad, but I know that she needs to, you know? I have really been struggling with feeling alone lately, and it sucks to see one more person that I'm close to move away. Had some other local friends move away recently. I just feel like there's not a lot of people left around here who have the time for me, I guess. We're definitely gonna miss her at the house, but I know it's the right thing for her. Last night, New Year's Eve, I had Maggie over, and that was really fun and nice. She brought over a bunch of snacks, sparkling cider, we watched movies, hung out. I'm just so afraid for 2023. I mean, really, I feel like I'm back in 2020 still. Just kind of feeling like the world around me is ending. It's not that I don't think 2023 has good things to bring, but I don't feel like I've recovered yet from the things that 2022 brought, and I just I'm not ready for more. I have 1 week of winter break left before the new semester starts, which is terrifying because, again, I have not recovered from the previous semester. I need like 2 more months of break. I mean, I'm not really like a superstitious person, but the number 23 has always been like a weird number that repeats itself around me. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad sign. I'll be turning 23 in March. I just hope whatever hardships 2023 has to bring, that it'll be worth it eventually. I really thought I was getting better, and I guess I was getting better, but I feel like I'm kind of back to square one. I'm in one of those places where I don't really have the motivation to really live anymore. I don't want to die. I'm not suicidal. It's more like apathy. If something were to happen to me, I wish that weren't true. I wish it wasn't that way. After all the work I put in to get better over the last 2 years, I mean, really, I've done so much work and made so many improvements, and I hate to see how far I've regressed again. In a couple days, I'll be back to counseling, which is great. They're closed for the holidays. Maybe I'll make some other videos talking about what happened in the last, 4 or 5 months. This is me wishing myself good luck in 2023. Hopefully I will remember and be motivated to be back for this at the end of this year for 2024. Assuming the world is still around. Assuming the world has not ended. I will see you again next New Year's. So, yeah. Good luck.